So I wanted to share. My dad put me onto this book, and I'm not like a stoic or anything. I just wanted to show you guys and read some excerpts from it. But yeah, I think this is the perfect mic to do just that. So I'll get started. So the book has different areas. There are different books in this book, but it's basically different places where Marcus Aurelius was writing, and he had different thoughts. But I'll probably read his most iconic ones first, just so you know what I'm talking about. This one says, "Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. Cold or warm, tired or well rested, despised or honored, dying or busy with other assignments, because dying, it too is one of our assignments in life. There is well to do what needs doing." So, the main part is just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. That's the main part for this excerpt. I think that's one of the most famous ones. I'm not sure, but that one really stands out to me. Now, this one says, "Everything is brought about by nature, not by anything beyond it or within it or apart from it." You gotta think about that. There's this really, really beautiful one that I specifically remembered that I want to look at and read. Let me see. Here's one of them. This is not the one I want to read. I'll mention it when I find it, but not to assume it's impossible because you find it hard, but to recognize that if it's humanly possible, you can do it too. Roman emperor right there. He's cooking, I can't lie. Anyway, next. Book 7. Actually, let's go back to like book 1, because that's, I think, is some of his most famous stuff. I mean, book 2. Book 1 is just him giving credit and being grateful. Okay, yes, this is one of his most famous quotes. "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil, but I have seen the beauty of good in the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind in possessing a share of the divine. And so none of them can hurt me. No one can implicate me in ugliness, nor can I feel angry at my relative or hate him. We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the 2 rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone or turn your back on him, these are obstructions." My thoughts. This guy that was a Roman emperor had to deal with the same stuff we deal with every day. We don't want to get out this one as well. Hippocrates cured many illnesses, then fell ill and died. I don't know how to pronounce this, predicted the deaths of many others. In due course, their own hour arrived. Alexander, Pompey, Caesar, who utterly destroyed so many cities, cut down so many thousand foot and horse in battle, they too departed this life. Heraclitus often told us the world would end in fire, but it was the moisture that carried him off. He died smeared in cow poop. Demetrius was killed by ordinary vermin, Socrates by humankind. You boarded, you set sail, you've made the passage, time to disembark. If it's for another life, well, there's nowhere without gods on that side either. If to nothingness, then you no longer have to put up with pain and pleasure, or go on dancing attendance on this battered crate, your body, so much inferior to that which serves it. One is mind and spirit, the other earth and garbage. I like this one a lot. He's always thinking about his own death and the deaths of other people and how irrelevant and just like nothing. They became nothing. You know, people die, dude. People die. The greatest people die, okay? He died. And it's not something to be ashamed of. We shouldn't be scared of dying. Everybody does it. I like that. It's reassuring, especially if you have a fear of death. This was a big thing for me back in the day. Back in my day. I like this one. How to act. Never under compulsion. Out of selfishness. Without forethought. With misgivings. Don't gussy up your thoughts. No surplus words or unnecessary actions. Let the spirit in you represent a man, an adult, a citizen, a Roman, a ruler, taking up his post like a soldier and patiently awaiting his recall from life, needing no oath or witness, cheerfulness, without requiring other people's health or serenity supplied by others, to stand up straight, not straightened. even bad smelling armpits go, this guy's still patient and he just wants them to learn. That's how we should all be. Even if someone smells like a poop. Oh shoot. I was once a fortunate man, but at some point fortune abandoned me. But true good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, and good actions. I like this one. I think this one's one of my favorites. Alexander the Great and his mule driver both died, and the same thing happened to both. They were absorbed alike into the life force of the world, or dissolved alike into atoms. Alexander the Great and his mule driver, who even is his mule driver, but you know Alexander the Great is, but it doesn't matter. They both died, so maybe just be happy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this meditations reading session.